On the day, 5 minutes late, so he said I'm gonna start it, and then he'll jump in and leave it. Let's get here.
I was really sure 5 minutes late, maybe it's one.
I didn't say that.
If the court has got, when it moves people up there, it's for sure. That's a tertiary, so stopwatch, normal offices are fine.
Oh, they're not over yet.
Secondary is out, the engineer's shop, and then the tertiary, yours. I mean, if we got him here. I will pay for that. It's by, it's by, it should.
I can't
say. But his place is, that's a show, I haven't measured the distance, so. A few cuts. We're really gonna know, I say it's like.
It's not big. Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Oops. Anybody did that? Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't want.
Okay, so I didn't know.
You go see the races for this?
Do you have your surgery? That'll give you guys the. It's all different.
Saturdays.
I don't.
Saturday night.
I don't recall that.
But I want indoor.
You didn't
Oh,
go?
my God, just during us. It's not gonna be.
I don't see that. Yeah, just good, so.
We're gonna run out of time. You want me to wait till you get back? Yeah, you would. Just a second.
Mark, I gotta do this.
5 minutes running behind, so once Karen gets back, I'll start and then he'll take over when he gets here. So,
It's just a lot.
We'd be done before he gets here.
check. You never know, no matter how long or short, you just never know.
Yeah,
Unless it's like, items, but that doesn't happen often.
I've seen that take for half an hour.
Sure.
If he's got something to get through, it'll be okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and take the pledge of allegiance. Should let us sit down. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everybody. Mark Dolan will be here in a couple minutes, but I'll go ahead and get it started. Let's start out with approve agenda.
So moved. Okay.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public comments. Would there be any public comments for today? We'll open that up.
You went on K Avenue today?
I did.
Is it smooth?
A lot of potholes for sure, but we got what, 3 inches of rain, so. But you mean smooth in spots, it's like smooth potholes.
If you swerve to miss the holes, it's smooth.
True.
Oh. The blades are out on K Avenue.
I haven't, they weren't this morning. It was pretty busy actually this morning, but yeah. Typically, it seems like when I'm going home on Mondays, I see it a lot of times.
It's a good day to be out on them. Especially on the chlorides. Was it wet? I think I seen the blade man in the mower tractor. I think he should be blade No,
That was,
who was that?
that was the spray person.
It
Yeah.
Okay.
I took a glance too, I seen him.
I don't know him, so. Never done anything.
Hmm.
Couple things, mowing, are they still mowing, shoulders
All summer.
all summer? Okay. Okay, I just thought I'd say something before somebody came in online and said there's no weeds mowed yet off the shoulders, okay? And then, the fund for the canine account. What is that going to be for? We approved it you guys approved it last week. What exactly will that be for?
It's for donations, like Casey gets in for his canine. So for the dog itself, and I think just for that program, it's donations that you receive.
For only the sheriff's department,
Correct.
not for questionable activities in other towns?
Nope, it's supposed to be just the canine.
Okay. Okay, seems to be a little bit of problem with other canine departments.
Be just the sheriff's department.
That's good. I trust Casey to handle that very diligently. Very good. Make sure you put that part down. I want him to know that I said that I trust Casey to handle funds. Good morning, Mark.
He'll be able to go on with life now.
Yeah, right. At least for one more day, maybe. I don't know. Thank you.
Or public comments.
Yes, anybody else? Got anything?
We have something very exciting going on with the governor race being so close here to Tama County and just everything about it. Wow, it's
Yeah.
really exciting.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just, such a big turnover going on here in the last, 2 or 3 years.
Yep, for sure there'll be some change coming even at the state level.
Yeah, it's, kind of an amazing thing and we need to be in prayer about it. Because we're going the right direction right now. Awesome.
Kirk, you got anything?
Nope, I'm good.
Oh, we got something for you later.
Yeah, I've been.
He made his public comments before you ever got here.
Okay. Close public comments. Discuss and approve the 6/5/16/26 regular minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve this. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Motion carries. Engineer road projects report.
He's typing.
I'm sorry.
He's typing.
Oh,
He's still getting it.
He's,
So if you want to go down and come back to me, that's fine.
yeah, we'll come back. Discussion possible action on resolution 6/22/2026A, transfer of funds to the secondary roads department. This is their last disbursement of the 20.
So it's for fiscal year 27 and it's what gets transferred from rural service fund to secondary roads.
Okay. Just so it's there at the
It's
beginning.
there for the treasurer to be able to transfer that to them throughout the fiscal year 27.
Okay. They got any question?
Good morning.
It's at 70%.
What's that?
It's a 75%. Mhm.
It's good.
Is it more than 75%? Just a little?
It's just a little skosh above it. Yeah.
Okay. Yep, then we can revisit that after we see what comes back. I mean, where we're at after July 1st. I think we're gonna be set.
I make a motion that we approve resolution 6-22-2026A, resolution to transfer funds.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. That one is a resolution, so.
Pilmer,
Required.
Aye.
Turner,
Aye.
Knibble,
Aye.
Dolman,
Aye.
Kupka.
Aye.
That will pass. Get them paid. You good yet?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Back up to the road project report.
They're finishing up on 370th. And they're mowing right of ways, fishing washouts from flooding and putting rock down on some road. We got that rail car in that I know of, and that's all buttoned up on that bridge that was fell in. Good.
I was approached on 370, not physically, but about it. The portion that, I guess it's M Avenue that goes on down. The last guy in the road has kind of cleaned it up, but there's trees across it that he can't move. So we probably should look at that. It's a class B, if I remember serves me correct.
Oh, it's a level B.
Or level B, sorry, yeah. I've driven it 2 years ago and it was a mess now. I don't think it's been touched since. So just an FYI.
I'll look into it.
Yeah.
Anything on roads? Pretty good on roads.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do though, I think we probably should. Nick, and we talked after that meeting on L Avenue about coring those out, the bad spots. Getting them packed, getting chloride over them. For the summer, we should probably get going on that. Have Nick get the road foremans going on it and sooner than later.
Yeah.
Cause they are a safety issue. That's the two big rough spots are. So I think that's the way we should go. I think Nick thought that's the way we should go. So I don't know if we have to just let him know that. Good. Yeah, pull the trigger. I think that's the only thing that we should do.
Yeah. I'll talk to them today when I go down there.
Okay.
Talk to conservation here regarding the ending of year transfer fund.
Yeah, I got a couple things to pass out. You guys don't mind taking a packet? Just kind of explain where we're at and why we've been kind of sitting on some funds a little bit this year. We had a couple big projects we've been saving up for, to make some big improvements in the campground, and then we had a pretty large emergency culvert repair. That took place under, if you've been watching our Facebook, it's right underneath the road that links everyone coming into the park to the nature center, to the campground, to keep all of our income opportunities and rec opportunities going. So we found that in the beginning of, basically right in the beginning of winter. Couldn't find anyone to come take a look at it until end of winter, when they could get down under the ice, obviously, and check out the damage of it. And we were expecting it to be a pretty substantial repair, especially if we had to do anything to the road there. So we spent a lot of the years spending very, very conservatively. So we have a lot left over sitting right now. We are just about ready to pay that bill. We came in under the quote, which was great, but it was kind of a big surprise expense that kept some things from happening. But we want to move forward with a couple more things still for the end of the year, specifically with this rollover. We are, I know we've been talking about maybe having cabins in the near future, and we're rocking and rolling on getting utilities coordinated for that. Setting figured out and bids for all those projects. And the board wants to move ahead with getting the roadside ready to go for those cabin additions. So I've been able to get quotes for chip sealing the road up to the playground and around our one-way loop. And on your map, that's the red and blue sections there. To spend down the rest of those funds that we've been pretty conservatively saving for the rest of the year. To get that project done. The cabins itself, if and when they happen, could be as soon as next year, are gonna take place right at the, right between the green campground and the playground here in this hillside, if that makes sense. So, chip sealing the red and blue sections, basically up until that intersection with the blue and the green, will get us to our drive where the cabins are gonna go in the near future. So that's what the board's holding on to some dollars for, so that we can, get that project rolling at the end of the busy camping season. Otherwise, it looks like, yeah, we haven't done much, but we've been pretty productive this year. We've gotten a lot of things modernized. It's kind of been our main focus for this year. Some of next year is getting a couple new projects done, but trying to update things that should have been updated about 10, 15 years ago. So with that chip seal project, if we move forward with that, like we wants, I guess I'm kind of looking at two different options of how to get that project done. Either A, spending what we've reserved this year on those two chunks, which will leave us with, a small chunk again to roll over. Or, again, we've got that big lump sum of 103 sitting in our building permanent improvements. We could roll that entire amount over into that LED if you guys are, okay with that, and allow that to actually garnish interest at about $1,000 a month until that project happens this fall. So those are the options, I guess, that we're wanting to move forward with and that the board's excited about. And wanted to see, I guess, kind of where you guys were sitting on how those rollovers are gonna function. Put off a handful of minor vehicle and equipment repair projects, a bunch of native planning and erosion control projects, some shop equipment, knowing that this is gonna kind of take up something in that budget to be repaired. But that's necessity at the time. So in your packet, you've got an orange and a blue breakdown. The orange is probably more pertinent to the conversation. The blue is just our admin budget, which is kind of stated in our needs here. The orange, we've got some leftovers that we're trying to make this big project happen so we can keep moving forward with those cabins and some other big projects in the future.
How many cabins are you thinking about?
We've got room for 4 in the particular spot that I've got. They'd sleep 6 each and have parking dedicated to each of them too. That would be a nice moneymaker. A lot of county conservation districts are moving this direction. They're pretty popular and we want to have them open all season long, which is the reason for this chip seal. Doesn't really quite make sense to have them seasonal, running 3 or 4 months a year. Doesn't quite justify the expense, but we've thrown this out to the public a lot too. Everyone's super excited about the idea, both locally and outside of the county. So we're hoping it flies off. We've got just about everything except for electric utilities figured out for getting the cost done. For all 4 of those.
When you guys planning on doing the shower house?
Yep, shower house is not in, so we just did a repair underneath the bottom of it. If you recall, last year we had a fire underneath. So we've repaired that vault toilet system underneath, which to us gives it a little bit more life to make that fixed a little bit worth it, if you will. But that is priority number 2 in a way, for some of the maintenance side of things.
They're planning on building that into a shelter for.
Yep, yeah, so one of the ideas has been converting that building into, since it's got a nice grassy field next to it and it links up to some of our trails, turning that into a scout house. So we'll strip all the plumbing out of it and turn it into a bunkhouse essentially right next to the campground. And then a new shower house would go sitting, if you're looking at that map, it would actually sit. So you're between north and south loop there, those 2 green loops, right in the middle, there's kind of a creek that goes through there. And I've got that looked at by the sanitary and they think we can get a shower house sitting a little bit more convenient there, a little more ADA accessible too. A lot of people that can't walk up that hill to our current shower house.
Pretty good. It's pretty good deal.
What's it?
It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, and if you're in a wheelchair, I don't know how you're doing it, so.
Yeah. Be fun on the way down.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Hopefully someone can catch you in the campground.
That's the lake.
Yeah, right. Some floaties on.
Yeah.
So, staying productive, but just a handful of things that we didn't anticipate, but wanted to stay conservative on so that we didn't blow the budget. And try to make this as productive as possible.
I think you're heading in the right direction. There's a lot of people that are excited about. There's water in the, and
Sure.
they can start using that again.
Yep, and the culvert repair was originally asking for, and don't wet your pants here, because they were originally calling for draining the lake about 3 feet to make this culvert repair happen. So we got a good team, somehow they figured out how to build a little clay and mud dam right in front of it, and we didn't have to drop it at all, so.
Okay.
Trying to make the right choices here and keep the public happy with the lake being full.
And they didn't cover cable.
They did not, had a little scare there, but as utilities all figured it out and it's repeat you.
Yeah, I think do what the rest of the board thinks, but I'm good with rolling that over.
I had a discussion today, so whatever you guys decide on
Yeah.
today, I'll talk to you to bring it back next week for a resolution.
Oh, gotcha, perfect.
The only thing I want to throw in there is when we were looking at our IT stuff, that is our tertiary location and there's no generator there. So that's another issue that needs to be dealt with out there or addressed out there. And that's, was it 440 or 400?
400 services,
So,
from what I've been told. I got Tom, we're gonna go out tomorrow and assess it and start the process, at least get a quote from him, and then if this is something feasible, we can get a quote from another company too. I figure I'd just start the wheel spinning right now.
not only for IT, but also for anything that they've got going inside there that needs to have electricity continue running, like you've got the tanks downstairs.
Yep, so we got a flip and mess around.
It's a twofold thing that needs to be done. And we're talking probably, I don't want to say it out loud, so they'll write down the budget, well, yeah, they're looking for that amount, but yeah, we'll wait until they come out and do the audit.
Yep.
Figure that out, but I just wanted to make that known.
We're looking at a generator roughly what you see across the street for the jail or the ones back here to be able, capability of covering the nature center. So.
And I guess part two to the discussion too is our motor vehicle side of things, kind of explaining, I think probably what you got in front of you from Karen there, that we're hoping to kind of readjust the motor vehicle budget so that we can continuously roll some of those over and we can continue on with the fleet replacement plan. But I think that's kind of covered in the budget you guys have already approved. But we are seeking to, I guess, roll over that $5,000 additionally that we didn't touch in motor vehicle into that fleet replacement savings account that we've got essentially. It's two, yeah, I don't know if that becomes a two-part resolution, or two resolutions, so.
Think we could just list them both in
Yeah,
the
that's the
same.
resolution.
But vehicle, you're getting a little bit picky. Gotcha.
Sorry.
Do you guys have any full service hookups?
Everything is without septic, so it's water and electric right now. Septic would be a big project. We've got a dump station out by the main boat ramp as you leave. We've been talking about, the field entrance road just north of our main entrance there. Can't remember what road that actually is, going north-south. We use it basically for the fall fest. Well, and then we goes north and south. What's the east and west one? That cuts across half.
North is 27 mentioned the 270.
Well, either way, there's a gated entrance there and a field entrance that we use to direct people up for Fall Fest parking. So if you've been up there, you've driven on it, and we want to turn that into an additional road someday too, and move the dump station up there so that RVs can have a little bit more exclusive traffic route, and so that we're not bringing all that traffic through the front of the parking at the same time. And then we can dismantle that dump station in the front and keep kind of that off-putting little facility somewhere else, if that makes sense. Lots of ideas.
So with the dump station, is that pumped out or is that
Yep, yeah, we pump it out.
too much to ask to put it into a septic tank, or is it just too much going into it?
We could certainly look into that. I think I'd want to maybe implement that if we did a new one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we would plan for something a little bit more long-term, so not like constantly. And then where I want to put the new locations up on a hill, so there should be plenty of field, availability for that to work just fine.
Same one. It's about empty.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hope I like your plan to get some cabins in the future. That's a way to bring in some income and just make it better for people that wanna stay somewhere that doesn't have an RV, so.
Yeah.
I think it's a good plan and just, whatever's gonna make you guys the most money, so you're probably worried it's a fiscal year coming, right? So if you put it in, you can at least make some interest, but whatever you guys think, if you need, cause it's not starting until after the season anyway, right? Like
Yeah,
this-
you do that project while people can.
Yeah,
Sure.
so in my mind, if you can make some interest and give another $4,000 or something, I
Yeah.
guess that seems like.
And you can only get 4 in there?
That's just kind of an estimate based on where we're sitting at. Every month, we're basically making about 900 in interest. add another 100,000 to it, that's gonna obviously go
Yeah.
up. So I can't remember what the actual interest rate is.
I like it.
Wonderful.
Do you do prefab cabins or do you build them on site?
No, we're looking at, we're still looking at a couple options. So there's some really cool Amish built ones, that are like 16 by 30 or so. And have a little deck and a little wraparound porch, very affordable and customizable. So there's some more modern looking ones out there too, that are easier to get out there and set up in kind of kid fashion, but, we're trying to maintain kind of the look out there at the same time, keep it looking authentic rather than a couple houses in the neighborhood, if that makes sense.
Is your board full now?
Yep, yeah, we have one term ending in December, but yeah, we are all full at the moment. Cool. Any other questions? Appreciate the support so far though.
Yeah, I would just be for kind of the in between where you're at now and then the cabins, just having the full service hookups. I think that that's a different population.
Sure.
Different target population. You can charge a little bit more for
Yep.
the full service.
Right, yeah, and we can do that too. And having our campground broken up into different sites, we can implement that for a little while in just the North Loop, for example, and keep it equitable for as many people as possible.
Yeah, they did the septic idea or whatever over there with, I think there's some others around. I learned a little bit more about it when I was up in, Sam Ferris did
Okay.
the same thing and he's got full service. And then there's people who come into town and are working on projects that'll rent it out for like months. I know you don't want people living there, you know.
Right, yeah, it'll be,
Um,
takes time.
there's policies against that, but I think there's a lot of parks that are going to that to kind of boost their income. I think it's pretty successful.
Yeah, so we're kind of copying, we're modeling off of Hardin County. We're actually looking at, if we do this cabin, they're looking at the same ones and get a bulk discount on it, which is even better. But yeah, they have a variety of cabins up in Hardin, different sizes, different shapes, and they said don't start with 2, start with 4 because they will be full and they will be popular. So
That's why I asked if there was room for more.
yeah, they're good. We got some other right in that spot that I showed you on the map. I think we're maxed out at 10, to make it comfy for people. But I think there's some other places in the parks, that we can make.
How much are they roughly bringing in, like either, I don't know if you wanna say per year, whatever figure you have, like per stay, per
Yeah,
year?
I can just do a quick calc, but, if we set the price to, let's just say really low at 100, that's a pretty affordable cabin to fit 6 times 52 weekends times 2 nights a week. That's at least $12,000, coming in every year at the low end, per cabin. So, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they pay themselves out pretty quickly.
I think it's good what you guys are doing to take that money that was sitting there for land, if we're never gonna use it, it's good to invest it back into your guys' self, you know, like to use it and make it better to where you can get more people and more revenue and more enjoyment, so, yeah, thank you.
Good.
If you could get some full service sites there.
Yeah, we've had plenty of people talking about it. I just, finding that septic field for all those sites is just gonna be the puzzle, but I think we can figure it out.
We figured it out.
Great, thank you.
I bought a camper this year, so I'd love to.
Hey, we can name it the Mark Dolan septic field.
Put some money into that.
I'll just stop there. So many comments.
It's going to the newspaper, you know.
I wrote it down.
Thank you, sir. All right. Discussion and possible action on general service agreement with Prairie Rivers of Iowa, RCN.
I ran this by Brett, and he's got a few items on there, so Jake Buchanan was gonna take that back to the Iowa Scenic Byway. Some of it just, you know, like, has the wrong year listed, you know, just minor things that we need to get updated, or just some other points that Brent had. So yeah, as we update these, it's something like we already did the 4-H one, we just need to if there's things that we end up pulling from Brent that needs updated, we probably need to figure out how to get this template updated.
Mm.
Or otherwise, each time he does it, we just have to resend it, cause I didn't get the next one sent to him. I don't know if anybody else did, but we'll need to send that one to probably him too, the aging one, unless we're not concerned about it, but
Well, I know Michael, he said he copied the template from the 4-H one, which I would guess would be the one
okay,
we have, so.
yeah.
So we can't approve either one of those, yeah.
Jake,
Or do we change, do we do it without the changes?
Jake said he will take Brent's comments and required changes to the contract back to Jeannie Allen.
Yeah, I guess I'd prefer to wait, and then, as long as we don't need it today, yeah, and then I can send the other one to Brent, and I'll copy you since you're the
Yeah.
team
Do these have to be,
member.
do these have to be committed before the end of the
Say, if you wanna pay out of this fiscal year, it needs to be done.
25th is what you said?
Yeah, that's our last, so yeah, they won't get money this year for this fiscal year.
Okay, so that's what you're saying, we might need to.
Yeah.
Or we can approve,
Contingent?
you mean for this year, like there's another check they get, or?
Correct, so, the Council on Aging usually gets one every fiscal year and it hasn't been paid out yet for this fiscal year because you're waiting on the contract.
Gotcha, so otherwise, I mean. Have you talked to them recently, or they?
You already said the byway stuff.
Right, you guys really never given money to the byway people, so I don't know if they're really expecting anything for this
Like-
fiscal year, if they'd be okay for them this fiscal year.
Are they needing it for this year?
I would guess, 'cause we divvy it out to those 5 or 6 different groups.
Mm-hmm.
Could we, prove it contingent on the fixes? The fixes are.
Square.
Yeah, it's not in, it's not the amount of money, it's not anything like that, it's more
Contract
dates.
terms and dates.
Terms and that.
They were giving it out mostly just to Toledo area, but now they're giving it to the little. Food pantries all over.
Yep.
So they've already given out like the $500 each. They had quite a bit of extra
Yeah.
in there. Did we give they but had their allotted money for the year?
No, they have not.
We have not given it.
So that's the next one, right?
That's the next one, yeah.
So the byways, that's the one that you got Brett look at, and it still needs to be fixed.
Yeah, Jake Buchanan's gonna work with them and get it updated.
And Jake did say that they just want their money for the year of 2026, not the fiscal year.
Okay, so we're okay
they're
on that
to
one.
wait.
Hmm.
Table this one, or,
We can table if we're gonna address it next week.
Okay.
I think we
Well,
need to get
I
the
think they
aging
used
one.
to-
The aging one, I think we need to get approved this week in order for them to get the money this
Oh,
fiscal
okay.
year.
Yeah.
But okay, I'll make a motion that we table this one here, the Tama County Economic Division, Prairie Rivers, Iowa. That one, the byway one?
Yep.
I make a recommendation, we table that.
I'll second it.
Discussion, all those in favor say aye.
I,
Motion carries and then
Back, just before we leave that one though, like do we want it with Jake and like the Marshalltown Chamber of Commerce, or do we want it with ourselves probably on the byway one? That's where I'm a little unsure too, cause that was one of the other
we were going to.
questions, is it says Marshalltown and, like, so it's like, is it with economic development, is it with us, like, that's another thing. Jake can work through that too, but.
but he's working on Tama's behalf, even though it's through the Marshalltown.
Correct.
I thought we
Yeah.
wanted all of these to go.
Jake
through.
thinks it needs to be Tama County.
Yeah, that was what I think Brett was saying too, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Through the county, but he was being, everything was going to go through them and they would make recommendations.
Yeah, yep, okay, sounds good.
That'll be part of the change. We can just remove the economic development.
Yeah, to deal with us.
And then what, we want to go ahead and make a motion to pay this one for 2026.
The aging,
Kurt made the motion,
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
David second. Discussion, all those in favor say aye.
I,
Motion carries.
So the motion's to pay it now, but then we'll still work on getting a contract for next year,
Yep.
right? So, okay.
Next, 2226 be the next resolution, and that one's to appropriate the FY 27 funds to the departments.
Yeah, for this next fiscal year, I went ahead and did, back like 10% for most departments, but not all of the departments like you did last fiscal year.
This is the 10% that we were holding back.
Correct. It's just a few departments that I did the 100% just because I 4-H when they get their full amount.
Mhm.
For sure. And at any point, we can give the other 10%, like if any of them have more revenue that they need to offset different things with grants, right?
Just like you did this fiscal year.
yeah, I'll make a motion to accept the resolution 6-22-2026B.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Only question I just have is, do we want to appropriate all of the public health?
It's
23. We were gonna try to look at that quarterly, I thought.
Right.
Yeah.
You think you'd be less than that?
If we wanted to hold back 50% or.
That's fine. Yeah, if we're doing it, we're supposed to be, yeah, we're gonna look at that quarterly, so I'd be all right holding back 50%.
I guess I'm halfway through here, till fall, we were gonna look at it in the summer,
Yeah,
Right. So who made the motion?
I made the
You made the
motion.
motion, I seconded it, right?
Yeah.
So do we need to amend it?
You
Or do we
don't
need to-
because, well, you don't need to amend this because it hasn't been approved or anything yet, so.
Not his motion,
His,
You can
his,
either amend it.
then I second it, so we're discussing it.
or even withdraw his motion.
just and redo it. Yeah, I would withdraw it, then I will make a motion to accept resolution 6-22-2026B with 10% held back with the departments and 50% held back for the Board of Health.
I'll second that.
Okay, we want a number on that.
So it's
I have 538,141.
You're on.
Say that
and
again.
50 cents. We don't do cents. Do we have to round that up?
I rounded that.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you say that number again?
538,141.
Thank you. Is that second?
Yes, I did.
David, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Roll call.
Yes.
Elmer.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Knibble.
Aye.
Roland.
All right.
Kupka.
Aye.
Main thing is with public health, we'll just need them to let us know in advance, which you said we're meeting quarterly, but we don't want to get into where we're like out of money, so we need to really watch that with the different expenses that then get reimbursed.
With 50%.
They're gonna have to watch it.
Ways,
Yeah.
we're gonna try to start having
Yeah,
conversations here pretty quick.
yeah,
In the summer.
right.
Okay. Third number.
See,
General services fund to capital improvement for general services. What's general services?
That's Dirk's. That's gonna be for your tuck pointing, 15,000 for tuck pointing and 5,000 for the HVAC.
Go ahead and give it to Casey you want to, I don't do.
He's here to speak up.
Been on the cabin.
We've had a request that we would put a flagpole on top of the courthouse.
On the peak out there, you know?
Where the clock house is.
You
I
had a
didn't know.
skyhook for that.
I didn't know where I didn't know where we'd get the money for it first. So I think the general services budget probably makes sense.
Well, maybe we should have a fundraiser for that. Whoever wants that flag, will put up. We should do a fundraiser and they be the chair of it.
Well, I think that we would nominate you if you. Second. We've been trying to carry some money over for any HVAC and tuck pointing and all that, and what Dirk hasn't spent out of the maintenance budget. We've been able to put some money away already last year, and we got a pretty good amount.
We got a
in there.
good chunk in there. It's just,
We
I know
wanna
the
keep
tuck
it.
pointing is gonna be expensive to keep the courthouse up to date. Yeah, or I should say up to date, standing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we got
We'll keep
roughly
that.
8 or 9 years before it's gonna need to be done again.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 6-22-2026 C. Resolution to transfer funds.
I'll second it.
okay. Been moved and seconded. Then that one's a,
Yep, Milmer,
Aye.
Turner,
Aye.
Neville,
Aye.
Owen,
Aye.
Lipka.
Aye.
all right, IT equipment, that's David,
So
the purchase, and then there's a resolution, right? Bill?
there's two actions here. So the first one is, we had a meeting, on Tuesday where I involved, James from Marshalltown, Jeff from CSS, Rick from, Windstream, and then Corey, myself, and Dirk were in there, and so was Jacob. Basically what we've done is there's been a long-term plan put in place last year of where we wanted to go. And so this last meeting was to start looking at the roadmap, how we're gonna get there, what things we need to do, as we move forward. And so, as it stands right now, it looks like we're gonna need it to commit around $150,000 in just in pieces and software, with more to come. So for the two things, I'll try and keep them separate. I'm looking for authority to commit $150,000 as we go. And I will tell you guys exactly what we're buying, but I need to have that approved, so that as we move forward, I don't have to stop and come back when we can make deals. So, but that would be out of the funds, or the ARPA funds.
It needs to be spent by the 31st.
Right.
And you can get them all spent by that date.
Right, my goal is to have stuff spent probably about September, if not sooner. Here's what we wanna do is, we're looking at equipment that we have to have. Even if we don't put it in place today or the next week or within a couple of months, but to purchase it while we can get it. There's a lot of stuff right now that's not even available. But I wanna be able to have that equipment available so that as we start putting things together, it's there, we already have it, we've got it at the cheapest price. So if you remember when we had the confidential meeting, so I'm not going into what that was, but one of the estimates was $30,000 for some of the equipment. Corey was able to get most of that for us for less than $7,000. So we've already got switches and boxes, they've already been provisioned, we're ready to be plugged in as we move forward. So we're saving money. We're getting the equipment we need, but I just need to be able to say, or to commit, let's buy this, let's buy that. So that's what that $150,000 is for.
And then that'll just show up in claims or will,
Yes.
and that'll,
Well,
ARPA will show up under us or, yeah.
When he makes the bigger purchases, I'm sure we'll have updates weekly.
Yes, oh yeah.
As long as we have our meetings and. It's just, there's stuff that, if you need to move on it now to get the deal, I think that he needs the authority to do
Yeah.
it, not 150 all at once, but.
Right. But to buy the stuff as we go, so.
Yep.
Yep.
And we're actively looking for things as we speak, so.
Then we don't want to come up against deadlines where that money's not spent, because then it goes back.
It just disappears
Gotta
from
get
us
prepaid.
completely, yeah.
So you want a separate motion for that line item of letting you spend the 150,000
Please.
over the, I guess, how do you want to tool it up? What do you want to word it? And then I'll
I'll
make it.
spend more than that, but I mean, I've limited it to 150,000.
Okay.
For right now.
I'll make that motion. How do we want to word that?
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Then discussion of possible action on resolution 622/2026 D, the end of the year transfer funds from general services fund to firearms. We already did that, right?
No,
we haven't. It's still coming from the general fund, but it's coming from the data processing department,
Oh,
to go to the general fund and.
not to go to the capital projects.
Right.
Okay. To the capital improvement fund for us.
So basically by letting me be the interim IT director, I've saved us $90,000 in funds. But I want to keep that money because we're gonna need more to get everything done. But
You're rolling that over.
so I want to put that in capital improvements, tag it for IT, so we've got that, we've put that money against the future IT projects, but this will get spent after we take care of the ARPA funds.
I'll make the motion to approve resolution 6-22-2026 D.
I'll second it.
Okay, been moved and seconded. Roll call.
Homer?
Aye.
Turner?
Aye.
Nibble?
Aye.
Owen?
Aye.
Clifford?
Aye.
Good. Motion carries. Next. Add names of county representatives that were approved as signers for the Be the Example Award in the K-9 accounts at WCF. They didn't like us just doing the positions. So they asked us to name specific names and then do you have to amend that every time?
Yep.
If
So we would,
there's-
so if I were to leave, we would take me off the account and put the new auditor's name.
You're not going nowhere.
You're not. You're not going anywhere. So do we need to put the name, I mean, we need to speak the names right now.
So it's in the motion, I added everybody's names in there.
Okay.
You want me to just read that off?
Yeah, sorry.
Would you like me to read it off?
Yeah.
So if you approve it, someone will make a motion and someone will second to authorize, the following Tama County representatives as signers on the new Be the Example Award and K-9 fund accounts with WCF Financial Bank. Tama County Auditor Karen Roars, Tama County Treasurer Amanda Kriegel, Tama County Treasurer Tax Assessor Sarah Gilbert, Tama County Sheriff Casey Schmidt, and Tama County Chief Deputy Sheriff Joe Want.
I'll make a motion that we approve that.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. Since that was done as a resolution, it doesn't have to be, wasn't that done as a resolution?
Okay, just a motion.
Just a motion. Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Claims.
For claims, we have two separate claims here. Oh, excuse me. One is for, it's a non-departmental one for group benefits, the Hartford, for $144.50. So I'll make a motion that we approve that one. So I just do them both together.
You
Approve them separately. I'll make a motion to approve that one.
Second. Okay, been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Then for the normal claims, we have, ready to copy mine? 124 comma, 118 period, 95. $124,118.95, and I make a motion to approve those claims.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, new business. Supervisor reports. Anything?
We were supposed to have a meeting Tuesday and we didn't have enough people there, but Mike and I were there for the aging, and I just looked over that contract and once we approved, it's going to rent, so without having a meeting, where we didn't have much go down, so.
Okay. Heather and I've been getting emails from Chris Barron on the property that's up by the lake there. And not only from them, Ross Peterson.
Yeah, a couple of people that live there too, yeah.
Essentially, they're wanting a permanent solution to that ongoing problem, and from what I gather out the emails back and forth, Brent Aaron has also weighed in on what he thought, and his thought is, well, so there's a couple of different routes that you can go and a couple of different Iowa codes that you can use to enforce it. And one of them is just anybody who's an adjacent land, that doesn't even have to be an adjacent landowner, just as a neighbor, I think, in the can ask for, them to clean it up essentially and enforce that. The other one is it allows for a county to also intervene and ask for the same thing. The other code allows for there to be a transfer of title, but I think that this is a different situation. I don't know what your opinion on that is. I think it is.
I mean, there needs to be there's also not a code for the sheriff to go in and do something too, so there's different.
Yeah, that's the middle ground that we're suggesting that we do, because they're asking for us to change title, and essentially take the property and put it out for the county, for a bid on the county. Unlike the tax sale.
Mm-hmm. And the hard part is he's still paying taxes, the places, there's raccoons in it, I mean, it's terrible shape, not healthy, but.
He's still alive, he's paying the taxes, but it's an eyesore and it's a danger to the community.
Yeah, other people are doing the yard maintenance on it.
Because
And then we assess it against his taxes and he pays the taxes. And so that's why Brent said, well, it's hard to make a case that somebody has abandoned it if they're paying the property taxes.
And so basically he's benefiting from us doing all the work to get it, when I say us, somebody to keep it
But
cleaned
we're
up.
charging,
And then he's paying the tax, he's paying.
putting that on his taxes.
Right.
Yeah, and he's paying.
But we're doing, somebody else is doing the work to schedule that.
Yeah,
So he's benefiting from somebody else's labor.
And it's just the mowing, the house, I guess, is terrible condition.
yeah.
So is there a condemnation process that's out there? Like they finally tore that one down on,
Well, I think that we're trying to find a middle ground, and so our suggestion was that if we have enough evidence, and we're gonna try to work with Casey and Brent and say, do we have enough to go in and remediate the danger? Because if kids get in there and they're
right.
playing and something happens, that's not good. And so if we tear that down and then assess that against his property taxes, and he pays that, is that an equitable solution for everybody? Because then the eyesore's gone. The public risk, the safety risk is gone. And then it's just people clean up, mowing at that point. Somebody's trying to sell their property up there right now and they're having a harder time selling the property because it's got this
The eyesore.
raccoon infested, and so we were wanting direction from the board or guidance.
And the other option is, like, the sheriff office could give a misdemeanor, and I mean, then see if he doesn't pay it or resolve it, then I think it says in that code that, the courts can abate it or take it away too, so
Yeah,
there's so many different options. But
either way it goes through a court, if I make application to the court.
Right.
like you said, it's a nuisance, they've been giving Chris Barron's, with his sanitary rule information for 5+ years, and
He's got a lot of documentation on the stuff that they've had to do. The problem is that they've paid on it every time.
but it needs resolved,
So-
and people can't sell their house next door, cause it's.
So is it a violation of the law or code that this place is not being maintained? So the sheriff can act on
He
it.
could at least.
Go out and make a
I think
citation.
he needs to at least start there, because if they're, like Mark's saying, everybody can say, sure it is,
Right.
but who's gonna actually say? Go there, look and say, yes, it's an issue, and then at that point, the ball gets rolling.
So there is actual citation.
Is there a citation?
I've been talking with Brent about how we navigate this, because it's not in the criminal code, it's different processes that need to happen, so. I've been talking with Brent about it and trying to clearly understand what our role would be with any type of misdemeanor type charges.
So to me, it would make sense that this has been going on for 5 years, that some action needs to be taken that gets this person's attention, that they've got an issue that they've got to resolve. If they don't resolve it, it will be resolved for them.
I mean, this
That
is
you're
probably
looking
the
for-
likely way to do it.
Right.
Get the ball rolling.
If that's what you guys were looking for from a direction, I think we should go that route. We can't keep kicking the can down the road and putting people's lives at risk, so.
we deal with it.
So I don't like to be mean, but at some point in time, you've got to own me up and
Yeah, Well, it's a
fulfill
late-
your responsibilities.
Yeah.
As your liberties are encroaching on somebody else's.
Yeah.
I'll drag the
Yeah.
flag out again. So,
and it's a lake property, I mean, there's neighbors that would gladly
Yeah.
purchase it, you know, and they wanna clean it up, they want their lake to look nice, you know, some lakes have their own kind of, you know, group, but they're under the county, so they gotta follow.
Yeah, there's been
the county,
offers,
so.
there's been offers to buy that. Sell it, yeah.
I suggest that we go down that path of having the sheriff with the county attorney's help, figure out a way to
Get it cleaned
get
up.
it cleaned up.
I know it can be done because it's been done in the cities and they
Yeah.
use the same code sections, I assume. They're just,
Takes a long time.
I think they're more willing to address something like that. I think that the county has been more hands-off, just because I think we try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt on their own property.
This type of code section only applies to over by the lake. Because it's the lake area properties and all that, so there's really no other ordinances or codes that would, suffice out the rest of the county, it's just near that, in that state or lake area.
Okay.
So do we need a motion or anything like that, or is this just
No, we really can't.
discussion?
Kind of the new business and what's going on, what we've been talking as two board members and what to bring for everybody. I think that we were hoping to go down that road to see what the rest of the board's decision.
We can't kick the can down the road, we've got to act. Just, like I said, I'm big on liberty and I'm big on people being able to do what they want with their property, but they can't leave it where it creates a hazard to other people. Right? So I think that you guys need to.
Okay. Anybody else got anything on supervisory reports or not?
I already told you what we did this week.
Yeah, I just had a Zoom Heartland meeting, but it was a very short summer Zoom one, just talking about what you guys already know with the rates and stuff like that, so.
Everyone coming up for the Region 6, I think. Sometime in the next week here.
And Friday, I've got the Central Iowa Juvenile Detention Center. So, okay.
Public comments again?
Mr. Turner,
Sure.
I have to congratulate you. You, in your district, you've turned some of our roads into mud. Have you been out 310th Street lately?
Not the 310th. I've been out there. Okay.
Nancy Smith, Jim and Nancy Smiths?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you ought to take a drive
I
and
will.
explain to me where the hell our tax money's going. Because I got better driveways going in fields than what that road is. If you think I'm the only one complaining, no. Huh. I think you need to take some drives. Because our roads are not being taken care of. I've discussed it with one of the other directors and it's not his district, so I feel that it's your district and you should be taking care of it.
Thank you. I will.
I appreciate it.
Anybody else got anything? Jack, there, we got bud roads in our district?
Silence.
Oh, Yeah, well, here's the deal. We have a road department that wants to maintain their complaints. And so if you got a complaints, take it to the road department. That's the way that they want it. They don't want us to be heavy-handed into their department.
That's good, but when are they gonna step up to the plate then?
What's that?
When are they going to step up? to
Have
the
you
plate?
taken your complaint to them?
Yes,
Okay,
Dennis Panzigrove. Everybody else has took a complaint there and nothing is getting done.
does it go through the office? Is it documented so that somebody can go back and check up on it and say, Roger made a complaint about 310th Street?
Well, actually, I made a complaint directly to the road foreman on one situation, but this one, no.
Okay, well, the common practice from here on out, I think that we need to try to start implementing this so that we have a way that you can contact your supervisor at any time. That's not a problem. What they're asking is for you to make a report so that there's something that we can follow up on and say, he reported it, but it didn't get done. We don't have any record of you reporting anything, so how do we know if it's supposed to be done at this point?
It's a work order.
Can
That's the
I
way-
be heard? Am I being able to be heard right now?
Yeah.
This is Nancy Smith. So the trucks have been taking out rock and they're going out on 310th Street and then heading north on N Avenue. They know what the road is like. The county knows because they're carrying rock all the time. It's so bad, I'm dragging my van, my handicap van. I'm dragging the bottom of it. It's just like a mud road. And when it rains, it's just horrible.
Yep, so you assume that there's a work order already in place because trucks are driving by there and they know what the condition of the road is. What we're trying to say is they're asking for this new system to be implemented where there's a work order created for every problem that you can report. And so you
Okay.
would call the county office and they report it. It goes into the system and that goes out to the road foreman for each district. If
So
that-
that's the
if that isn't
engineer's
taken
office
care
you
of-
want us to call?
Yes.
The
If
engineer's
that
office.
if it isn't taken care of, then you contact us and we can contact them and say, why hasn't it been taken care of?
Okay.
If there's no work order, there's nothing for us to follow up on.
The road grader told me 2 weeks ago they was gonna put rock on it next week. Well, next week never comes. They know what it is. We don't need no stupid work order. They know it's mud. The jobs are not getting done. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You want work orders? You can stack them up 10 feet high. If they don't do the job, what the hell good does it do?
We have 900 miles of gravel roads, so
And your roads are really good up your way.
yeah, I must be a good supervisor.
Well, our
Well,
road is a town to country road, a farm to market road, and it's heavily traveled.
Nancy, I'm gonna go drive it. Remember the last time I drove it, there was only one little hole. So I'll drive it today and I'll stop by at your house today.
Well, we're gonna be leaving here shortly, but don't
I'll
stop.
still
'cause
stop
I'm
by
not-
your house and turn around the driveway.
Okay.
Just have the Kolaches out.
All right, Nancy, thank you.
All right.
Where are they hauling rock from on that? If it's the county, is it from?
It must be one of the stockpiles from the turbines.
No idea.
310th way, Yancey's this way, right? So
Huh?
I'm trying to figure out what that would be.
You actually driving out past the turnoff for the conservation.
So the way
Are
I
you guys all in rock?
I don't think we even have with the last rain we got. I think we got around a couple of weeks, months ago.
I'm gonna drive it. I've got a haircut at 10 and I'm driving now.
it sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our guy was going past our entrance though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So my question is, I did a windshield tour with Taylor, and he showed me the work order system, which documents the fact there's a transaction that needs to happen, and it doesn't get closed out till it's done, and it stays as a record that there was a problem and a solution.
Yeah.
So, we do need the work order because that's how we hold people accountable. Just because you talk to somebody who was driving by in a grader doesn't mean that got reported and recorded into the system, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the way I've been doing mine lately is, all the constituents that call me and
got problems, I email it into the foremans and then I copy Chris on it and then it gets put into the work order system. Just a little bit of a different
Yeah.
process of doing it, which we can get used to.
I've done that too, and they've asked me specifically to have that person call their office so that
Yeah.
there's
There's an official record.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the first I've heard of it, so I'll go out there and look.
But Tim County's in a bad, not a great situation with quarries either.
Right.
The reason the eastern county, northeastern county is better than the rest is we have 2 quarries within 10 miles.
Mhm.
So the middle of the county, the northwest of the county, they don't have quarries right there and it takes sometimes twice as long to get there.
Mhm.
And we've explained it 100 times to these people that we only have 6 tandem trucks and 900 miles. So you just don't get, you know, these guys are doing their jobs. They're hauling rocks somewhere. Don't like it, move to town, you know, I mean, it rains 3 inches. It's tough to keep up with anywhere, you know, so.
I don't think that's fair to say, if I don't like it, to move to town.
Don't complain about it then, because it's tough. It's tough to keep up. Guys are doing their jobs, and when people come in and complain about them not doing their job, it's not fair either.
I almost got stuck with my handicap van.
Don't know what to tell you. I mean, just, they're gonna look at it now, Nancy.
Okay. That's
If
not
you have
the
the-
right thing to say
if
to a
it's-
person that lives in the country. We pay our taxes too.
So what are the other 900 miles?
Yep, we get that. We
Okay.
just asked that if you have a complaint that you call the road department. I
I'll
don't know how
call
much
in. I'll call in.
you make that.
Okay.
Okay. Any other public comments?
Yes.
Anybody else online? Oh, Karen, I'm sorry.
So now I'll make a public comment. Based on what Kurt Hilmer just said. So. It would be great for all of us just to move to town, except all of the town people are now from around the state of Iowa coming out into the country. So they can get somewhere to avoid driving on Highway 63, even though there's people driving on Highway 63. So I'm totally confused about that situation. But to say that we should move to town, Kurt, excuse me, supervisors, is unfair because the town people are out on our roads every day. They have to be. This is kind of a new problem. It's also a new situation in that for what Roger was addressing. In the past, it hasn't helped a whole lot to call the engineer's office. It was always handled by supervisors. That's the way we thought we should be doing it because it kind of was a dead end road when it got called into the engineer's office. Now that was in the past. So this is all new. The situation with 63 is new. The situation with everybody driving out on our country roads lost is new. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how big this equipment is. It's out on our dirt roads. I don't know if it does, Gerald addressed, blading. I don't know if that helps or not when you just keep tearing them up. It seems to me that if you just leave them like a highway and not worry so much about the rumble strips and just drive, then it would maybe be a little better. Maybe a better use of money to take that money and put it on some of the roads that are less maintained. But the whole thing here is just kind of a new topic that everybody's confused about, that we're clarifying. And I'm glad that this has come out today. I'm glad so many people spoke to it, but everything has changed. So we're trying to figure it out. And we just, yeah, even when to talk to you guys and when not to talk to you guys. How are we supposed to know all that unless it comes out right now in a Monday morning meeting? So, yeah.
And like Kupka said, people still reach out to us and we just send an email, an
I
official
hope so.
email that way.
I mean,
It's
I don't
fine
want
to
people to
call.
think they're not supposed to be talking to you guys. boy, talk about 5 back down to 3. If we can't talk to you, might as well go back down to 3.
No, that's not what we were saying, at least, you know, call us anytime, but the best is to go direct to them, but you can also come down, or you can come to us and we go to them. I mean, some people don't want to, or they don't have email, or, I don't know, there's reasons.
Both, that way we can follow up on it.
People are afraid, and they're shy, and they're afraid they'll get shot down or told off. Or people don't wanna lose their temper and get angry about stuff. They would just like to get it fixed and go on with their lives, but.
Yep.
It's hard to
There needs to be a little common sense though. There's 900 miles, but when it rains, we only have 6 trucks.
I know, Kurt, but.
No,
there's
you
also
don't
the-
know, not if you're
Kurt.
talking.
There's also the problem of traffic, increased traffic out in the country.
What? We can't do anything about it.
I know
So I
that.
come in and yell at a supervisor like he just did. There's no call for that
You
whatsoever.
can handle Roger coming
You
in
know.
for 2 minutes of talk and going back out.
It's
You can
called,
handle
it's
it.
called common sense. Have some common sense that these roads cannot be taken care of like you guys want. You guys think they should be highways and they're
I'm
not.
not complaining about the roads.
I mean, it just cannot, you can't do it with 6 tandem trucks.
I'm not complaining about the roads.
So, it's just, you know, they need to have some understanding.
Article today.
And that's what I meant about move to town is
About.
you live on gravel road, you should have some little understanding what the situation is.
It's very different than here. Very
We've
different.
always had rain, we've had forever.
Increased traffic.
Just on K, he's not even talking about. That's 310th, that's not K Avenue. You're talking about one road.
Yes.
You have to have some understanding, you live on gravel road when we have rain like we do.
There are other farmers east of me that are talking all the time about the huge amount of traffic so that they can avoid everybody going down K Avenue. People are going on east farther and then going north or going south. Just trying to avoid going on K Avenue.
Okay, we just wanna ask that people follow whatever we put in,
Yeah.
you put us in here to make changes and we've made changes at the
I know, now
department.
we have to learn those changes, yeah.
Yeah, we just ask you. I don't think it's a large ask just to say, if you have a complaint, take it to the road department. If they don't answer your complaint within so much time, I think that you should ask for a timeline when they're gonna get to it. And if they don't do it, then reach out to your supervisor to make sure there's a work order in and that we can follow it there.
In all these years that I've been coming here now, I'm really glad the public is getting more involved and talking and speaking up. I like that. I hate it when everybody just complains behind the scenes and they don't say anything to the right people. I'm glad people are talking and speaking out. It's a good thing, because it's the public. So,
I drive a lot of gravel
I know,
and our road is horrible, but
yeah,
it is what
and
it
you're
is.
not complaining, that's right. But you know what kind of equipment Roger's driving, it's immense. Also, you don't wanna get into the point where it's so dangerous that, and I hear this from the big farmers, you know, they don't wanna clip somebody, they don't want somebody clipping them, they don't wanna cause a death or an accident or an injury. So there's safety issues that they're worried about, and it's very stressful. It's temporary though, this is all gonna get better next year. If that makes anybody feel better, it'll get better.
But we'll have roads next year.
But Highway 63 might be open next year, maybe, who knows, maybe not. Maybe not,
But there's more than just those roads in our county.
yeah, I know it. There's 900 miles of gravel. And you know what, if the big turbine stuff comes back in a year or 2 or 3 from now, the roads are gonna get all tore up again, so then it'll just be a whole new old topic.
Okay, those public comments, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Seconded, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned at 9:42. Thank you.